my dear brothers and sisters, this is one of the gospel stories that you would find in all four gospels, the Gospel of Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Just a few things that I wanted to outline from this gospel. The first are the words of Jesus when he says to them, give them food yourselves. People are so many. Jesus knows that they do not have food, but he says, give them food yourselves. And the question here that I think we could be reflecting on is, can we really do it ourselves? If God was to allow us to do it ourselves, we will be able to do that. The apostles, we are unable. And at times we feel that because of wisdom that we have, because of the resources we have, we are in control. But the truth about it is that we cannot do it ourselves. So when we have issues that we're struggling with, when we have addictions that we are working on, when we need a breakthrough in our lives, we must realize that by ourselves we cannot do it. It is only through God that we can do it. Secondly, somehow Jesus wants something from them. He says, what have you got? And they said, we have 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. In John's Gospel, chapter 6, verse 9, even the apostle said, but how is this? This is nothing compared to the crowd. We only have 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish, but this is really nothing. And the truth is that what God wants from us, the effort He wants from us, is really nothing. There is a song that says, God, you don't need me, but somehow you want me. God, you do not need me, but somehow you want me. God does not need us to achieve what He wants to achieve, but He still wants something from us. He does not need us. He does not need our effort. He does not need anything from us, but somehow He wants us. He wants the little 5 loaves of bread and the 2 fish from us. The little efforts that we have to make every day. It might just be the faith of the blind man who said, when Jesus said, do you believe that I can do this? Just that yes answer is what he needs. He needs just a thanksgiving from the leper who came back to thank him. Maybe he just needs the faith of his friend, of the friends of the man who was paralyzed, brought down from the roof. Maybe just that faith. Maybe just the faith of Bartimaeus when he said, what do you want me to do for you? And he wants Bartimaeus to respond to that faith. So maybe he needs something, he wants something, not needs. He wants something from us. Just that little faith. Maybe for you it might just be to say the rosary every day. Maybe it might just be to have 1 hour of adoration every day. Maybe it's just to spend some more time, rather than being on social media, to pray, to read your scriptures. Maybe it might be to visit a sick person or somebody who needs our help. But he wants something from us. The 5 loaves of bread and the 2 fish, which is really nothing, is less than 0.0001% of what is needed, but he still wants that from us. And thirdly, I just want you to imagine that Jesus was sharing money instead of bread. Do you think they will be satisfied? You think about it, that Jesus, this was money he was sharing, not bread. Do you think they will be satisfied? I don't think, because we are never satisfied with that. If you have 1 million today, and you have 1,001,000, you would want that 1,000 to grow to another million. If you have 2 billion today, you would want a 3 billion. If you want a 10 billion today, if you have a 10 billion today, you would want 20 billion. So this is what happens, when it just tells us that the things that we have cannot really satisfy us. The only thing that can satisfy us is the bread that has come down from heaven. And it says it very well. He took bread, blessed it, he broke it, and he gave it to them. A symbol of the Eucharist, a symbol of the bread which is himself, is giving himself to the people. And then that is why the scriptures are very clear that after they ate, they were satisfied. They were not unsatisfied. The blessings of God are always overflowing. Actually, they collected 12 baskets full again. So the blessings of God are always overflowing, always a surplus. But the things that we have are always wanting. We always want more. And we'll never be satisfied with what we have. The things that we can create, the things that we see in this world can never satisfy us. The only thing that can satisfy us is Jesus himself. And that is why he invites us to come and partake for free of the bread of life. My dear brothers and sisters, at the end of the gospel, we have to realize that by ourselves, first of all, we cannot do anything. Secondly, he wants an effort from us. We must make a step of faith. We must grow more and more closer to Jesus. We must try to do something that will make us closer to Jesus. This is what he invites us to do, the 5 loaves of bread and the 2 fish. And thirdly, we must realize that we cannot be satisfied with the things in this world. That is why if you start to scroll on Facebook, you just keep going. It never stops. You never get satisfied. It's never ending. If you start watching videos on YouTube, it never stops. You just keep going and going and going. But we must realize that those things are temporal. It can give us just temporal happiness. The source of true happiness, the source of true freedom, the source of true joy is Jesus. And it is only him alone who can satisfy us. So my dear brothers and sisters, why not turn to Jesus, who gives us the greatest satisfaction, who has promised to feed us with the bread that has come down from heaven, the bread that when we eat, we do not get hungry again, the bread that is life itself.